1717440. I welcome all our members and guests to this meeting. The mission of this Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self-confidence and a personal growth. This is an educational program, and we don't discuss matters related to sex, religion, and politics. I request all of you to please put off or put to silent mode your mobile phones or any other electronic devices that may cause disturbance during this meeting. It is my pleasure and privilege in introducing our President, Ms. Madam Toastmaster Vijita Mulli, as the presiding officer. She is a happy homemaker and an active Toastmaster and champion TT speaker. She is also our club mentor. Fellow Toastmaster and my dear friends, it's my pleasure and privilege in welcoming this caring and inspiring leader to preside over today's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Beena Modi, who is also debuting as our Sergeant at Arms today. A round of applause for that. Thank you so much for those nice words. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, warm good evening to all of you. It's indeed my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the 45th meeting of Mind Academy Toastmasters. As usual, let's begin by introducing our guests. I request all the members to please introduce your guests. Let me begin by introducing our guest today, Mrs. Padma Bala. She is one of our Speechcraft.
Good evening. Hello.
Attending. She's going to join our Speechcraft program here to witness our meeting. Welcome to, soon to be Toastmaster, Mrs. Padma. It's our pleasure having you here with us. Any more guests? I guess they'll be joining over the period of the course of the meeting. Let's wait for them. Let's get ahead today. Today, we do not have our secretary joining us, so we'll skip the minutes of the previous meeting. Now, with that, let's begin today's session. It's been a week of celebrations and festivities. You had Bihu, you had Vishu, Tamil Puttandu, Ugadi, Gudi Padwa, Good Friday, Easter, Holy month of Ramadan, and so many more reasons to celebrate, right? Here's my Muslim greetings to all of you. Let us celebrate life in all its beauty and grandeur. Let us celebrate the opportunities that life provides us to share, care, and to make a difference in every small way possible. Let us celebrate our little victories and failures and the lessons they taught us. Let us celebrate our differences that make us unique, and also the similarities that tie us together. May life give us more and more reasons to celebrate, because they say the more you celebrate life, the more there is in life to celebrate. With that positive note, now let's move on to our educational session. To conduct tonight's meeting successfully, we have with us a mechanical engineer who is working with Maden as a maintenance and reliability professional since 2014. A BTech graduate from NIT Allahabad, he has also completed CRE, CMRP, and CRL. Please help me welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chanchal Pandey, to take over the virtual podium. Over to you, Toastmaster Chanchal.
Thank you so much, Mrs. President, for the exceedingly pleasing introduction. Mrs. President, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. A very warm good evening to all of you. It's my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all at the meeting number 45 of the Mind Academy Toastmaster Club. As Madam stated before, this month brought us the series of the celebration. Like starting from the month, we had the Chaitra Navaratri, Ramanavami, Gudi Padwa, Ugadi, Visu, Puthandu, Bihu, Baisakhi, Pohela, Baisak, Mahavir Jayanti, Ramjan, and Easter as well. So I wish all the guests and my fellow Toastmaster the happiest for this festival. So let us start for the today's session. Today I have selected the theme as success is an iceberg. The question is that what is the success? It means differently from individual to individual. I asked to many my near and dears, and each of them have their own versions. As per Swami Vivekananda, essence of the true success is what you make to yourself. It is the conduct of life that you develop. It is the character that you cultivate. And it is the type of the person you become. Your success is not in terms of what you obtain, but it is what you become. How do you live and what you do? For sure. There are some common things behind each of successful people we know. Let us take example of the most successful people of this era. First of all, our Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji. Mr. Elon Musk, the founder of the Tesla and SpaceX. Bill Gates, founder of the Microsoft. Sachin Tendulkar, we say him the god of the cricket. The Sundar Pichai, the Indian CEO of the Google. Parag Agrawal, CEO of Twitter. Amitabh Bachchan, the Sahinsai of the Bollywood. The PV Sindh, the Olympic medalist for the badminton. And Dr. APJ Kalam, ex-president of the India. And many, many more people. If we explore in our own family, the Mind Academy family, we see our very own DTM Murli Krishnan, the founder of the Mind Academy and our club coach and sponsor. Our Madam President, Toastmaster Vijita Murli, our very own Vice President Education, Meera Nambiar, our Vice President Membership, Madam Jyoti Warrior, our champions of the DLC conference, Toastmaster Bala and Toastmaster Murli Rao. What we think? We perceive them as a shining star among us, but the efforts and the foundation behind the achievement of their success are not visible to everyone in the screen. Most of the people might be believing that the successful people are born with the magical ability, good skills. They have God-gifted skills, but we are not able to see their pain, their failure, the way they got disappointments, their sacrifices, they make the dedication, that their determination, their focus, their passion, their pursuit for excellence, their desire to achieve, their growth mindset, the way they practice, the way they dedicate their time, they spend the sweat, blood, tears, hard work, and many more. So I can say the success is an iceberg which is visible to everyone as a small portion of the top. The foundation behind the success is very heavy and large, which is making anyone successful. Today, I would be looking forward to knowing from each of our participants and the guests, what does the success means for them? Do they agree that it is an iceberg or not? I wish the success to all my teammates for today's meeting, and I welcome again. With this positive note, let us begin today's education session. To conduct today's session, I have a lineup of dedicated and diligent Toastmasters. Let me introduce each one of assignee. I request you to please hold your applause until I introduce all of them. So, the grammarian and the world master today is our Madam Toastmaster, Smitha. She is working as a supervisor in Indian International School, Jubel, with more than 14 years of the experience in KSA. She believes in learning never stops and age is just a number. One of the distinguished quality of the Madam Toastmaster Smitha is her command over multiple languages. She can speak English, Hindi, Marathi, Malayalam, Tamil, Kannada, and a bit of Gujarati as well. So, Madam Toastmaster Smitha, could you please explain your role as a grammarian and the world master of the day? Over to you, Madam Toastmaster Smitha.
Thank you, sir. Dear fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a pleasant good evening to all of you. I'm very pleased to be the grammarian and word master for this meeting. Let me explain my role. My role as a grammarian is to pay attention to the good use of English and provide suggestions for improvement. At the end of the meeting, I give you my report on any misuses of language as well as any outstanding uses. At the end, I will present my report when called upon by our general evaluator. The word of today's meeting is spur. Can I share? I want to share screen.
Toastmaster Bala.
Toastmaster, could you please give privilege to share Madam Toastmaster Smita?
Yes, yes. Okay, can you share it?
Toastmaster, could you please give privilege to share Madam Toastmaster?
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, it is. Visible.
The word of today's meeting is spur. The word spur is a verb, meaning to encourage an activity or development or make it happen faster. So the definition as a verb spur, strongly encourage somebody to do better or achieve more. Adjective spurred, to incite or accelerated growth or development, stimulate. The usage. I'm sure your experience in Toastmasters Club will spur you on deliver excellent speeches. Your obtaining the master's degree will spur you on to greater success in your career. Let me give you some more examples on the usage. This book is a spur to the child's imagination. Even a small success would spur me to greater effort. The synonyms: impulse, incentive, inducement, and motive. Antonyms: discouragement, hindrance, prevention, and curb. I would request all the speakers and the assignees to just go ahead and enjoy using the word. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Smita. Thank you very much. Definitely, this is a very excellent word and it will add a lot of value to our participants and the guests today. So, our general evaluator for today's evening is our very own Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar. I will introduce him later in detail during the evaluation session. However, may I request Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar sir to please acknowledge his presence and briefly explain his role as a general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar sir.
Good evening, everybody. My role as general evaluator today is to observe and evaluate everything from the beginning to the end of the meeting and to lead a constructive evaluation session when called upon to do so. I will wrap up the entire proceedings of the meeting, complementing good practices and indicating areas of improvement. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, sir. Our timer today is our very new member and enthusiastic Toastmaster Sri Sai Nandkisorji. He is working as an analyzer engineer in the Kenya. He is an instrumentation engineering graduate and he loves to watch the comedy program and he is passionate about improving his knowledge and practice in the personal investment and the personal wealth management. His goal is to retire early and lead an organic life. I request Toastmaster Sai Nandkisorji to please acknowledge your presence and briefly explain your role as a timer. Over to you, Toastmaster Sai Nandkisor.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time the prepared speeches, table topic speeches, and evaluation speeches. For the prepared speeches, time limit is 5 to 7 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. For the table topic speakers, time limit is 1 to 2 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on the upper side. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. For the evaluation speakers, time limit is 2 to 3 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. I will note down the time taken by all the speakers and present my report at the end of the speech, at the end of each session, when called upon to do so. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day. And good luck for all the speakers.
Thank you, Toastmasters Anand Kirso. Let us move ahead. Our table topic master today is Madam Toastmaster Jyotiwala. I will introduce her in detail in this table topic session. However, my request, Madam Toastmaster Jyotiwala, kindly acknowledge your presence and briefly explain your role as the table topic master. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster Jyotiwala.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Today, my role as TT Master is to conduct a lively table topic session and by introducing interesting and stimulating table topics to all our members and guests. And this will be an impromptu session. I'll be inviting speakers to speak on these topics. So that's it for now, and I shall introduce the topics upon commencement of the session. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
All right, Madam Toastmaster Jyotiwala, thank you very much. So now it's time to begin the educational session. Please give a round of virtual applause to all the assignees tonight. Let us begin the edutainment. Are all the speakers and assignees ready? Yes. Then let's begin. So our first speaker tonight is our very own Madam President Toastmaster Vijita Murli. She is attempting her level 3 project 2. Her speech title is Crowning Glory. Toastmaster Murli Rao will be her evaluator. Toastmaster Murli Rao, I request, could you please acknowledge your presence and read the speech objective?
Thank you, Toastmaster Chanchal Pandey, and a very warm good evening to fellow Toastmasters, and especially to Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli. Madam Vijita is going to deliver a speech which is going to be inspirational to others. And the purpose of the speech is for the member is to inspire the audience, and it's going to be 5 to 7 minutes. So with that, I give back the podium to the TMOD and wishing the very best luck to Madam Vijita. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Murli Rao, sir. I trust Madam President Toastmaster Vijita Murli do not need an introduction to all of us, especially the Mind Academy family. She has been the driving force behind the success of our club sponsor and the founder, DTM Murli Krishnan sir, being her better half. She loves cooking, traveling, and learning new things. Her contributions in the Toastmastery are immensely valuable. She is our current president and club mentor for the Mind Academy Toastmaster Club. She is past president and the past VP Education for Periyar Toastmaster Club. She is vice chair for the Division L Conference 2020 and the voice chat technology for SETEC 2020. So speech will be begin soon, and I request Madam Vijita Murli to Toastmaster Vijita Murli, Madam.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Warm good evening to all of you. Like I mentioned, this week has been a week of festivals and celebrations. We had so many festivals, and each festival brings back a lot of memories. It takes us back on the memory lane. It sends us the nostalgic moments that we had in the past. I just closed my eyes and I was magically teleported to the childhood days. There I was, sitting in the comfort of my cozy lap of my loving mother as she braided my hair. Decorated, adorned it with a string of jasmine flowers, fragrant, I even sense it today, fresh from the garden. Those were the days. I, being brought up in a middle class Hindu family, it was obvious that girls had to have long hair. It was an unwritten rule. It was believed that it was a sign of feminine beauty, a sign of good health. And I was lucky, thanks to the good genes from my mom, I was gifted with long hair. Almost all of my life, I have been having long, lustrous locks of hair, something which I was very proud of, I must tell you. It was one of the few things that I used to get compliments for. Being an average looking child, the hair was my crowning glory for sure. You may ask me, you may even ridicule me, asking how important is hair in the life of a woman? Well, let me tell you, it does make a lot of difference in a woman's self-esteem and confidence. You don't believe me? Well, I learned it the hard way when I saw my mother suffer. She was a cancer survivor and she lost all of her beautiful locks of hair in the very first chemo session itself. As I witnessed every strand of her hair fall off from her head, I felt heart-wrenched. I couldn't tolerate the sight of my mother without her beautiful hair. I've even heard her say, I don't dread the disease or the fear of death as much as I dread others seeing me without my hair. Such was the cause of agony, the hair loss has brought in her life. She once even told me the story of a young woman. She was a mother of a small girl. She was a cancer patient. And after her chemotherapy, she lost her hair, and the reaction that the child gave was very heart-wrenching. The child, it refused to go to her mother. It was wailing, when the mother tried to hug the child, she was running away because she couldn't recognize her mother without the hair. Now tell me, is hair such a small part of a personality? I think it's otherwise. So when it has been 10 years since I lost my mother, she left us in 2012. And when I went for vacation this time, coincidentally, I was introduced to this person called Abhi from Thrissur, Kerala, by a family friend. Mr. Abhi runs an NGO called Miracle Foundation, Charitable Foundation. They have a program called Hair Bank. And I was astonished. I was very ignorant about hair donation. It's from Mr. Abhi that I came to know that any person who has 12 inches, who has hair to donate, 12 inches is the minimum length they are looking for. It can be colored, it can be dyed, it can be henna colored hair also. You just have to get yourself to tie the rubber band to the length where you want to donate and use a scissor, or you can cut it yourself, or you can go to a beauty parlor to get it cut. And you just have to courier it to their address. That's all you have to do. With a small amount, you feel like deemed fit for the donation. What these people are doing is they are providing free wigs for poor cancer survivors. And I think it's a noble cause. In the spur of the moment, I took this decision that no matter how much I love my hair, no matter how much I'm proud of my hair, my crowning glory, this time I'm going to make this donation. It was a tough, difficult choice to make because My family, they have never seen me in short hair before. It was very difficult for my husband to get accustomed to me without my long hair because it was a part of my personality. But that's when I understood one truth in life. You know, the greatest happiness, when you sacrifice your happiness for the sake of somebody else's happiness, that's the biggest happiness you can have in life. I took that decision that day. And I today feel so proud, and I feel that I've done something that will bring a smile back on somebody's face. You know, it will change somebody's dark days, agonized days into a brighter one. My little contribution, it can make a small change in somebody's life. My request to all of you, dear Toastmasters, do whatever you can. Donate either money or in the form of hair donations. It is very small, negligible thing you are doing, but it can make a huge difference in the confidence and self-esteem of a person. Here's my plea to all of you. I can share the details of Mr. Abhi and also his charitable organization. I request all of you to contribute whatever you can for this noble cause to bring a smile on somebody. They say, you know, queens are people who fix each other's crowns. I say that queens share their crowning glory for somebody to bring a smile on their face. Are you ready to become the queen who is going to bring the crowning glory back into somebody's life? I leave it to you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Madam President, Toastmaster Vijita Murli. As usual, this was an excellent, inspiring speech. I would say the wonderful speech. I'm sure that it will definitely inspire many of us for this noble initiative. Thank you very much. Our next speaker of this evening is the Toastmaster Arvind Fossa. He is attempting his level 1 project 2, and his speech title is Directions and Dilemma. Madam Toastmaster Beena Modi will be his evaluator. Madam Toastmaster Beena Modi, could you please acknowledge your presence and read the speech objective?
Once again, good evening all. Let's welcome Master Arvind Fossa for his second speech. Wish you all the very best. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Beena Modi. Toastmaster Arvind is one of the youngest and the newest addition to our Mind Academy Toastmaster Club family. He is passionate Toastmaster. He is working in Kotak Mahindra Bank in a trade finance operation division. And he wants to be a person who might be knowing many, many languages. He has interest in the international affairs and he is willing to become an IFS officer. So best of luck, Toastmaster Arvind. The virtual floor is all yours. Over to you, Toastmaster Arvind.
Thank you, sir. My friend Manoj and I, during our college days, we used to go to shopping before festival to purchase clothes. And each time we went, he would empty the entire rack of shirts and would ultimately go for just a single shirt after much dilemmas and deliberations and pride. And each time I would be like, my mother chooses the sarees faster than you. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. We thought whether to go for it, will it be good, will it be suitable, is something that each of us would have endured and will be enduring in our life at some point of time. Back in my school days, when my classmate was saying that chemistry equations are tiring and confusing, and learning a one confuses the one that learned earlier. Those covalent bonds, ionic bonds, which subscript to put under which element is confusing and it's tiring, he said. My chemistry ma'am, who was writing an equation on board, upon hearing this, turned back and said, I could hear someone saying that chemistry is tiring and boring, but I would like to say that, she said, that confusion leads to clarity, and it is good to have confusions in life. It puzzled us at that moment. We were expecting something like kind of a clarification class with her, or some clarifications that she would provide, or ask that person to meet her in person to get some clarification. It was something, a bewildered statement to us at that instant. But she went on to give an example with a practical laboratory experiment that we used to do. Mixing two solutions would cause a turbidity in the conical flask, and those turbidity, when let to settle down, will give a clear solution. And such is learning, she said. You learn something and something new gets into it, and there is some confusion. Good. Let those confusions settle, you will get clarity. That's what she said. Those words at the moment were not something that we could realize, but when we finished the school and when we were in a path to choose the college and which course to do, there was some turbidity amongst us, our friends, which course to do, which college to choose. And we just remember something that our chemistry ma'am said. Let things be like what it is. Let us settle those turbidity down and let's get clear path. And so it happened. We did get some good colleges and we did enroll in good courses, and we were able to succeed in those courses that we chose. Back to my friend Manoj, who is now pursuing a job, and he wants a career progression, and he is again confused with what course, what certification to do, and he comes up with data science, AI, machine learning, every certification courses that he goes on to search in it. And something that reckons upon me again from my childhood days. My chemistry ma'ams were the directions from dilemmas. Those confusions will ultimately lead to clarity once, and those clarity would be a stepping stone towards the success. And adding to those things, thus remember me, the road not taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and be one traveler, long I stood. And I chose the path that was less traveled, and that's all made the difference. That's all made the difference. It's something that each of us could reckon. Sometimes in life, we would have to choose some paths that are not traveled by most of us. It might be at first little bit confusing or little bit apprehensions that we have in our mind. But once we step into that direction and we start traveling that path, those dilemmas and apprehensions would eventually lead to success in our life. Just as the theme of this day is, success is a tip of an iceberg. The success that we endure is something like the iceberg that's up on the water. But those dilemmas and hard work that we put in is something under the water that we endure. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arvind. In fact, you rocked the stage. This was an excellent attempt, and at the end, you aligned your speech with the theme of the day. That was really superb. Thank you very much, and I wish you best of luck to you. So, dear fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, our third speaker today's evening is our Toastmaster Bala. He will be presenting his level 1 project 2 speech. Project 2, yes. And Toastmaster Libby James will be his evaluator. Toastmaster Libby James, could you please acknowledge your presence and read the speech objective for Toastmaster Bala? Over to you, Toastmaster Libby James.
Thank you, TMOD, Toastmaster Chinchin Pandey. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. A warm good evening to one and all, and especially Toastmaster Bala Subramaniam. Bala Subramaniam is delivering his level 1 project 2. And the purpose of his project is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to the second speech. And all the best, do well. Over to you, Toastmaster Bala Subramaniam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Toastmaster Bala do not need any introduction for our Mind Academy family. Definitely, he has brought a lot of glory to our Mind Academy Toastmaster Club. He has proven himself as a champion speaker, as a champion evaluator, as a passionate Toastmaster. Personally, he belongs to Chennai, Tamil Nadu. He is, sorry, not Chennai, Salem, Tamil Nadu. He is an instrumentation engineer and a very successful professional. He's working in Saudi Arabia since last 7 years. And he is a passionate sports person as well. And he is the founder, member or co-founder, I would say, for the famous Mind Academy. I'm happy to disclose that he is the person who has inspired me to join the Toastmastery. And thank you, Toastmaster Bala. The virtual floor is all yours. Best of luck for your speech.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster of the day, for that elevated introduction, if I might have to say in brief. Thank you. உள்ளுவதெல்லாம் உயர் உள்ளல் மற்றது தள்ளினும் தள்ளாமை நீர்த்து. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening to all. At the spur of the moment, just like most of you all, we, the students in our Tamil class, were puzzled, quizzed, not sure what was that. Our Tamil teacher, Indumati Miss, said, aspirations and dreams has to be always sky high, and that is all is needed for one to pursue in life. Generally, our Indumati Miss stretches her session for 30 odd minutes before getting into a dialogue with all of us, the students. That day was slightly different. Right at the beginning, she asked, is there any clarification required for this couplet from the great Indian philosopher Thiruvalluvar? At the spur of the moment, I received a note from my classmates. Being an argumentative student in class, they said, try to stretch the class till the end of this period. The obedient friend in me accepted the challenge. I rose my hand to Indumati Miss and told, ma'am, whenever I start to dream, I've been tagged as a fool by my sister, if not by my cousins, if not by my friends. She listened to all my arguments, which was centered about someone else, which was nowhere connected to what was there in my mind. She listened to everything. And then she told, again, உள்ளுவதெல்லாம் உயர் உள்ளல். Whenever your dreams are going to be positive and high like a sky, then that is all it takes for you to drive yourself. Because she slowly and steadily started to persuade me with her vision, which was laid by the great Indian philosopher Thiruvalluvar. What was that? Dreams are the ones which are going to drive you for your life. And if you don't have dreams, and if you're going to say that your dreams are not there just because somebody calls you a fool, somebody is thinking that you're a stupid, somebody is going to think that you're wrong, then you're not going to get an opportunity to leave back your legacy. So always remember, dreams are very important for every individual. Just like the rest of the class, I was curious enough what was coming our way. She continued, dreams will keep you disciplined in life. Because if your dreams are righteous in nature, it is going to keep you disciplined. That was our second point. The third and most important thing, dreams are the ones which is going to keep you dedicated with whatever you're attempting in life. So she iterated again. Dreams are going to drive you. Dreams are going to keep you disciplined in life. Dreams are going to keep you dedicated in life. So don't worry about what your sister is going to say, what your friends are going to say, what the society is going to tell. Always dare to dream. Somewhere, just like the rest of the class were happy, so was I, because the bell rang. Indumati Miss just left the class. Years stumbled upon. There was a project exhibition in our college back in 2004. What was happening? We went with a presentation which was rejected. Some of us were dejected. We thought we will go on a bus journey to refresh ourselves. While we were going on the journey, there is a beautiful thing which happens in most of the government buses in Tamil Nadu. You have the couplets of the great Thiruvalluvar in the buses. There it was again. It reminded me of our Indumati Miss. I thought it is the moment to think something high, not only for me, for someone beyond myself. We went with a project which can help a group of students in our college, just like how it was said by the great Indian Thiruvalluvar. Dreams. That message was there back of my mind. It was just a moment to rekindle it. And what had happened was, it started taking its own shape. It kept our whole team intact. It was driving us. It was helping us stay dedicated. It helped us stay disciplined. Eventually, the dream took its own shape. My dear fellow Toastmasters, in life, every one of us will find umpteen number of options to stay away from dreams, because we may feel somebody may think us to be wrong, somebody may think us to be stupid, somebody may think us that we are just lucky. But remember, dreams and daring to dream is going to drive you, is going to keep you dedicated, and it's going to stay you in a dedicated and disciplined journey. So let us all dare to dream. Ulluvadellam uyarvullal. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Paula. As usual, this was really very smooth, very inspiring, and very impressive. And you have made a deep impact. Thank you, Paula, and best of luck to you. So, dear fellow Toastmasters and the distinguished guests, our fourth speaker tonight is Toastmaster Muhammad Irshad. Our DTM Murali Krishnan sir will be his evaluator. DTM Murali Krishnan sir, could you please acknowledge your presence and raise his speech title and the speech objective? Over to you, DTM Murali Krishnan sir.
Toastmaster today, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening. Toastmaster Muhammad Irshad is attempting his level 5 project 2 speech. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice planning, organizing, leading and implementing an event,
and to share his experience in the form of a speech. I wish Toastmaster Mohammed Irshad the very best in this project. Back to you, Toastmaster Day.
Thank you very much, sir. Mohammed Irshad is our past Vice President membership. He is a great storyteller, a chess champion, a badminton player, and a very passionate Toastmaster. He is DLC 2021 Magazine Committee Vice Chair. He is also Vice President Education to Alawal Toastmaster Club. Toastmaster Mohammed Irshad, the virtual floor is all yours. Best of luck.
Thank you. 1 minute of planning can save 10 minutes of execution and 100 minutes of energy. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Benjamin Franklin. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A warm good evening to all of you. We have a community club in Jubail called SAFCA, Social Alliance for Cultural Activities. In SAFCA, we normally arrange events time to time like family get-togethers, welcoming new members, appreciating the winners for 10 and +2 children of SAFCA family members, center programs, and educational workshops, etc., etc., etc. Whereas we didn't give much importance for the schedule, planning, etc. There are no particular budget or a team to arrange such event. We normally arrange such events without any plan or preparation. 2 years back, we had arranged one center party for one of our executive member for the part of his repatriation. As any other program, we just called an executive meeting to discuss about the plan, and some of the executive members have agreed to arrange the venue, the snack, that food, give away some kind of gift, inviting the chief guest. Inviting the friends and members shall be by all the executive members. The first meeting adjourned with a vague idea of the center program, with a reminder to meet again just 1 day before the actual center program. Unfortunately, that planned second meeting didn't happen because of many reasons. People could not reach and many were not available. Somehow we could not make that meeting. The meeting just before the center program. The actual center program day has come. It was on a Friday at 6 p.m. As planned, the invited guests start coming to the place. We also reached there. That time only we came to know that the venue was not reserved for us because the executive member who agreed to book the venue gone for an emergency leave and he forgot to share that information, or we forget to communicate to reconfirm whether it's been booked or not. The biggest mistake, another biggest mistake was that the executive members were agreed to invite the guests and friends, but without having any list. So many were not being really invited and very less people were joined. Somehow we gathered in an open park and managed the center program in a very small way. All executive members blamed each other. We adjourned the center program with an unhappy mood. This was a normal practice for any such program arrangements. There were some mess-ups and lack of perfection, but we never know the exact reason why we could not make a program with perfection. Whereas after joining Toastmasters, I came to know that Toastmaster is not only to develop public speaking, but that teaches you to help you to develop a lot of other benefits, including but not limited to organizing any sort of event with maximum perfection. My Speechcraft program is grand finale was a perfect example for how to practice planning, organizing, leading, and implementing an event. The last speech club program regular meeting was on 20th November 2021. The day itself, we had announced the grand finale program. First of all, we have selected a dedicated and interested team to work with us closely for the grand finale preparation. We educated the team for what to do, how to arrange the program, what are the roles to be taken by each Speechcraft members. We make sure that the team is very clear about their roles and responsibilities. Prepared a schedule and structure of the overall program. Date and venue decided, and we have physically went and inspected the venue much in advance. List prepared for invitation, including chief guest, and cross-checked in advance whether they have received the invitation or they will be coming for the program or not. Set a budget for the total program and found a source of income also. Designed a certificate and trophies were arranged beautifully much in advance. Very close follow-up with all members of the team and confirmed that they are completing their task much in advance. Backup programs also were arranged. Finally, the grand finale day has come. All the Speechcraft members were very much confident because they were prepared much in advance, practiced very well, and everything were intact. Welcome speech, introduction, the presence of the chief guest, speeches were outstanding. Overall, we could arrange the grand finale in a very well manner. And it was an outstanding and awesome event. All are really happy, and Speechcraft program we cannot believe in our eyes that such a way the program could arrange in a very better way. The lessons, what we learned from TMA Pathway project really helped us to make that program a wonderful one, and that learning experience will definitely help me to organize any small or big event without any hustle in future. I learned one thing from this Pathway project, that there is no shortcut to organize an event. If you need to organize an event perfectly and successfully, you must plan and prepare much in advance. Please do remember that. An idiot with a plan can beat a genius without a plan, which was told by our own Warren Buffett. So success is not an iceberg if you prepare well in advance. Over to TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Irsad. Indeed, you rocked the stage, and really, this was a great experience and learning for each of us, that organizing a successful event is not as simple as it looks. It needs a lot of advanced plan, and the preparation, and also the response to the surprises are vital for the successful completion of any of the event. And congratulations, Toastmaster Muhammad Irsad, and thank you very much. So now this was the last speech for the prepared speech for the today's evening. And may I request our timer, Toastmaster Sainand Kishore, for his reports, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Vijita Murali took 6 minutes, 13 seconds. Toastmaster Arvind Fossa took 4 minutes, 52 seconds. Toastmaster Bala, 6 minutes, 35 seconds. And Toastmaster Muhammad Irshad, 6 minutes, 55 seconds. So all are qualified.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sainand Kishore. Thank you very much. So now this is the time to cast our votes for the best speaker for the prepared speech. So kindly cast your votes, please, and the votes are in your screen. Everybody done?
Still 3 more to do, Toastmaster of the day. We'll just wait for another minute or so.
All right.
maybe 20 seconds more. I think Toastmaster of the day, we are good. Thank you. I will close the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Bala. So guys, now it's the time for the most exciting event of our meeting as usual, the table topic session. So to conduct tonight's table topic sessions, we have dedicated Toastmaster, Madam Toastmaster Jyotiwala. So as promised, I will give her a brief introduction in my own words. It's not the scripted one. So Madam Toastmaster Jyotiwala, she is a gold medalist in chemical engineering from her university. And she had been a very successful professional at the beginning of her career. Then she decided to relocate to Saudi Arabia. Here also, we can see she is one of the most active YouTuber, and she is contributing a lot in our Mind Academy Toastmaster Club as well. And it is worth to mention that she is mother of the two very hyperactive toddlers, and she has been shadow to her husband Bala in all of her success. I would say that she is one of the driving factor in success of our Toastmaster Bala, if you all agree. So, Madam Toastmaster Jyotiwala, over to you. The floor is all yours for this exciting table topic session. Thank you very much and best of luck.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for such a wonderful introduction. Okay, so good evening, everyone, once again. And today's table topics, I know table topic session itself is a dreadful session for most of the Toastmasters, including me. So like they say, if you can't face the session, then conduct the session just like me.
Great.
Okay. So jokes apart, table topic sessions helps members practice the art of improvisation and also help us to think on our foot. And this helps us develop the 4 vital communication skills: listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. The topic that I've prepared for you all, I hope they're all helpful for all of us in bettering our, in improvising ourselves. Then this session is not just restricted only to the members, even guests can also participate. So I hope everyone gives it a shot. And I may randomly call anyone to participate, or you can volunteer yourself by raising your hands. Okay, and before we begin, let me tell you all the timings once again. So the speaker has to speak for a minimum of 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes with a 30 seconds grace period on the upper side. And after that, you will be disqualified. So shall we begin? Okay. 1 second, I'll just share my screen. Is my screen visible? So the first topic is, what is success to you? So anyone volunteering? This.
May I?
Yes, 1 second. Yes, yes.
Toastmaster Jyoti, let Madam Toastmaster Bina Modi attempt this topic.
Yes, yes. Sure, sure. Yes, you may start.
Good evening, all. Success. Four main, according to me, I believe four main things. Success, health, wealth, name, fame. All are going behind these four things. So for me, first thing about success is health. I am always running behind health. If health is with you, you can achieve all the things. So in my daily life, I will never sacrifice health-related activities for anything else. So first thing I believe. And I also believe that everyone should give priorities to health. Even many times I see that students for preparing for 10th and 12th board exam, they are just take for study 10 to 12 hours. They are doing nothing for health. But if you have to achieve something, everyone should give a time to prepare for health. If you are healthy and fit, then you will achieve everything in every area. So according to me, health is my success criteria. Thank you.
An insightful attempt on the topic, Madam Toastmaster Bina Modi. So let's move on to the next topic. So the next topic is process is more important than the result. Do you agree? So any volunteers? Any volunteers? Process is more important than the result. Do you agree? So no one is raising the hands. Okay, so let me call our grammarian for the day, Madam Toastmaster Smita Krishnaswamy, to speak on this topic.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Yes, I do agree. Process is important rather than result. Yeah. In life, you have many challenges and you keep working on it. So at times we do think about the result and we work. So example, like children, we pressurize our children to get good marks, but we forget the mental health. So ultimately we concentrate only on the result factor. So we don't, in fact, go through the process in their mind or the stress level, what they are undergoing. So I definitely feel process is an important factor, not the result. So we should stop pressurizing our children, concentrating on their mental health, their growth, rather than to go for their result-oriented pressure. So as a parent, I feel, education or learning is a process, and we should not go behind the ultimate result or comparing one student with the other. Each child is unique, and we should accept their process. It may be ups and downs in life, but ultimately it's your child, it's a student. Each child is unique, so we should accept that process, and we should not go for the result. Thank you.
Very nicely said, ma'am. A striking attempt by Toastmaster Smita Krishnaswamy. So let's move to the next topic. Okay, so the next topic is failure is a stepping stone of success. True or false? Anyone? So again, I'll take that chance to call. Okay. This time, let me call our VP Education, Meera Nambiar ma'am.
I'm evaluating, Jyoti.
Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm in the middle of the session. I keep coming and going. Okay, that's apology. Okay, I'll call our recently inducted one more new Toastmaster. Shahida Toastmaster. Yes. Shahida Shanawaz ma'am.
Okay. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, a pleasant good evening. Actually, it is a true statement. Failure is the stepping stone to success, because whenever there is a failure, I feel that it is like a stone in the road to success. I feel so. So a man who is success means he should learn from his failure. It's not that always success is in our journey means I must say that he is not success. So the greatest inventor, Thomas Edison, he made so many inventions. It was not like that he just invented electric bulb all on a sudden. He was going through so many experiments which was utter failure for him. But finally, now we all are admiring him like, the greatest inventor. So to be a successful man or to be a successful person, of course, failure is a must, I must say. So it is, I do agree with the statement, failure is the stepping stone to success. So there is no failure means, of course, there is no disappointment, there is no further improvement, there is no further process. So I do agree with the statement. I think time is up. Thank you.
Very nicely said, ma'am. So let's move on to our next topic. There are a lot of hands behind one success. Do you agree? This time, let me take a privilege to invite our expert of this, the most senior person of this club, Murli sir, DTM Murli Krishnan sir.
TT Master, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. It is said that alone we can achieve so little, but together we can achieve a lot. And we have come across so many things such as unity, strength, and we are all, social beings. As human beings, we cannot achieve anything without one another. Sitting in a home or a place all alone will itself make you, there is also a statement called an idle mind is a devil's workshop. These are all things that goes on to show that how important it is for us to have people along with us, how important it is for us to learn from people around us, how important it is for learn from things that happen around us. And this is all what makes us a successful person. And for all of us to be successful, and we always hear this famous word called teamwork, be it an association, be it an organization, be it a club or whatever it is, it's always teamwork, and teamwork that brings the best from each one of us. And that is the beauty of, we moving together as a team. And from childhood itself, we have heard stories of, the bunch of sticks and a stick, the father asking the child to break a stick and a bunch of stick. And from that age itself, we are known to these kind of things, that how important it is teamwork, whether it's a family, whether it is your friend circle, whether it is your peers in your office, whether it's your colleagues, all of us work together, all of us come forward together to ensure that we succeed. So without teamwork, there is no success. There is no success, because we are all human beings and we are social animals and we need people around us. Back to you, TT Master.
That was a textbook attempt, sir, and it's always, it's so inspiring to listen to your TT sessions. Whenever you're speaking, it's like we get to learn a lot of things, and especially people like me. Okay, Toastmaster of the day, do you have time for one more or can we just end it with 4 topics?
Yes, we can have one more topic.
One, okay. Okay, so the next topic is, what is the price of being successful in life? I would like to call any volunteers? No one? Okay, I'll call our Madam President, Toastmaster Vijita Murli ma'am, to speak on this.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. The topic given to me is what is the price of success? Well, the price of success is the hours of practice, the sweat, the blood that you put into it. That's what it takes to become successful. No man just gets successful or becomes successful overnight, just by a chance of luck or something like that. Each successful person has to go through a lot of failures, a lot of heartbreaks. They have to endure a lot of suffering. They have to sweat their blood in order, because there is a famous saying, the more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed in battle. That's a famous saying. So the more you practice, the more you perfect your art, and the more sweat and blood you put into it, that's how successful you're going to be one day. Just like our Toastmaster of the day aptly chose this topic theme for the day as success is an iceberg. It's very true. People only see the success of a person. They never realize how much hard work and sweat and blood he has put into it, and how they take it for granted. It's just like successful people get it just like that. It's not like that. It takes in a lot of effort, a lot of blood, sweat, and practice, and over a period of time, after a lot of failures, that's how you become successful. And when after you go through all the hardships, that's when you get to taste success. That's when you appreciate success. And I think that that's the price of success. All the sweat, blood, and practice you do, that's the price of success. Thank you for the opportunity. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
So that was the end of the table topic session. And okay, may I over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Wala. May I have the timer's report for the TT speaker and
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Beena Modi took 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Sunita, I'm sorry, what is, Smita, sorry. Toastmaster Smita took 1 minute 27 seconds. Toastmaster Shahid took 1 minute 15 seconds, and DTM Krishnan took 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Vijita Murli took 1 minute 53 seconds. All are qualified.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sai. May I request for the vote casting for the best TT speaker, please?
Toastmaster of the day. It will take a minute or so. Maybe we can progress for the next session. In the meantime, we'll be launching the poll show in parallel. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Bala. So thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Wala, for a well-conducted table topic sessions. Really, the topics were very, very inspiring, very challenging, and we got a great insight from our leaders about these topics. And for the newbies, we'll learn how to attempt a model table topic. Thank you very much for this effort. So, dear fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, we need to be positive, be encouraging. We need to uplift our spirit and inspire the speakers to improve. That is the motto of the Toastmasters Evaluation Bill Gates has once said that we all need people who should give us feedback that can help them to improve. The evaluators in the Toastmasters gives us feedback we need to improve, advance, and sharpen our skills. A member speaks, receives the verbal and the written feedback from the other, and then uses the feedbacks and comments to improve upon in his next speech. So, to conduct tonight's evaluation session, we have Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar sir with us. He is having more than 37 years of rich experience and proven track record in his professional field as a chemical, agrochemical, and the plastic industry. Currently, he is working as a quality manager in Gulf Stabilizer industry in Jubail. So please help me to welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for that kind introduction. Dr. Ambedkar once said, unlike a drop of water which loses its identity when it joins the ocean, man does not lose his being in the society in which he lives. Man's life is independent. He is born not for the development of the society alone, but for the development of his self. Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests, a warm good evening to all of you once again. Multi-source feedback is a type of employee review adopted by many of the business organizations in recent times. In this system, the employees are assessed by themselves, their managers, their peers, their direct reports, and even their customers. All this information is then collected and collated into a report that gives a 360-degree review of their performance, which is popularly known as 360-degree feedback. While this may seem like a very new concept, in reality, forms of 360-degree feedback can be followed back to 100 years ago, when the American military employed multi-rater feedback among the soldiers during First World War, but it lacked input from subordinates. True 360-degree feedback came about for the first time in Second World War, when the German military introduced it as a way of assessing their soldiers' performance, considering the opinions of supervisors, peers, and subordinates. The information was then used to determine payment and promotions. Despite the dark origins, 360-degree feedback was introduced into the business world in the 1950s. The ISO Research and Engineering Group, now known as ExxonMobil, became the first company to adopt this technique to evaluate their employees. ISO was soon bought out after an increase in productivity, and from that point on, the demand for 360-degree feedback exploded. Similar to that multi-source feedback in business organizations, today we have a 360-degree assessment of all the speakers. In order to carry out this process, we have an eminent panel of evaluators who already completed their Gemba work by carefully reviewing the deliveries. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, are you all ready? Okay. Our first evaluator is a seasoned Toastmaster, immediate past Vice President Education of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club, a quality professional and a chemist by trade, having a total of 27 years experience in the industry and an expert in implementing and maintaining management systems like ISO 9001, RC 14001 management system. His core role involves coaching and providing guidance to all levels of management and currently working with Sadara Petrochemicals Company. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Toastmaster Murali Rao for evaluating the Level 3 Project 2 speech of Toastmaster Vijita Murali. Over to you, Toastmaster Murali Rao.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for the very warm introduction. And a very warm good evening to fellow Toastmasters, and especially to Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murali. Inspiring others to do better work is the accomplishment of a true leader. Indeed, in your own inimitable style, you have surely inspired our fellow Toastmasters and guests to contribute to the wellness of others. As you said, sharing our crowning glories. Congratulations. With that, let me evaluate your speech. The speech was crafted very well, with a brilliant opening taking us down memory lane. You brilliantly took us in insights into your childhood memories in relation to your hair, the cultural importance of it, and your own love for your hair, and how society perceives it, and your own personal experiences to hair loss in your family, your grandmother. The transition was gradual till you brought us to the present, and your decision to donate your hair, and then calling for action, calling us all to take action. As is the case with any speeches, there are some areas of improvement that you could do to enhance the impact. I have only two recommendations. First is interaction with the audience. Being a hybrid meeting, it's challenging, of course, to interact with the audience. You did your attempt to interact by asking the audience how they felt about their own hair. Probably you could intersperse the audience during your own journey, asking them or prodding what they felt or do during those situations, like about questioning their own childhood experience, about their own cultural moorings, or maybe reminding the audience about their own reaction when they saw the last time a chemo-treated individual. The second recommendation is use of statistical data. Use of statistics on the magnitude of the loss of hair in chemo patients, its impact on the morale of the patients might have done wonders to see the big picture. Overall, a very well-crafted speech. Your use of the word of the day, your comfort with the audience, your eye contact and body language was disarmingly engaging. I congratulate Madam Toastmaster Vijita on achieving the objective, on spurring us to action. I wish all the very best to Madam Vijita in all her future speeches, spreading your light and lighting 100 lamps. Congratulations once again, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Murali Rao, for that crisp and concise feedback. Our next evaluator is a workaholic homemaker from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. An MBA in finance, having 8 years of work experience in many areas like accountancy, sales, and finance. She loves to do paintings in free times and discuss about fitness and workouts. She believes in life with full of positive attitude. Be happy and make others happy is symbol front of her life. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, please help me welcome Toastmaster Beena Modi to evaluate the Level 1 Project 2 speech of Toastmaster Arvind Fossa. Over to you, Toastmaster Beena Modi.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Good evening, all. Great topic taken by Toastmaster Arvind Fossa in his second speech. The direction dilemma will help you identify if you are running away from something you don't want or towards something you do. well opening with a good level of confidence. Your school time incident gave you a great lesson for a life. Confusion when settled, you got clarity in your decision. So whenever you confuse, you go deep to settle in it and choose the right path of your career. The best thing about your speech is so close, you are so close to theme of the day. Success is an iceberg and you relate dilemma is the water behind that iceberg. This line gives your speech a spur. Recommendation is, as a new speaker, I'm also working on my tone. Its ups and downs and clarity. Same, I recommend you can begin with some good quotes which relate to your topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Beena Modi. Thank you, Toastmaster Beena Modi, for that meticulous feedback. Our next evaluator is a social studies teacher from International Indian School, Jubail, secondary section, an adept singer, a champion speaker, and currently the Vice President membership of Jubail Malayalam Toastmasters Club. Her hobbies include music, gardening, and taking care of pets. She is always happy to spend time to support the needy fellow beings. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Libby Papachan James to evaluate the Level 1 project to speech of Toastmaster Balasubramaniam. Over to you, Toastmaster Libby Papachan James.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for those nice words, nice introduction. We should dream before our dreams can come true. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, General Evaluator, and Toastmaster Balasubramaniam in particular, a warm good evening to all. Toastmaster Bala dreamed a speech and that dreamed speech come true today evening in Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Balasubramaniam, you delivered an excellent speech, Dare to Dream. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for delivering such an amazing and inspirational speech excellently. Congratulations. Let me analyze your speech in terms of introduction, main body, and conclusion. Your introduction, you did an excellent way by reciting a valuable quote of a great philosopher, Thiruvalluvar. I pronounce it properly, right? And took all of our attention towards your school classroom with your loving and motivating teacher and the naughty childhood friends. There was a smooth transition to the introduction towards the main body. Well and clearly you explain how the words of a great philosopher through your teacher inspires and motivates you in your future life and support your future life by motivating and inspiring the different phases of your life. When you see the words, even we heard that even that words always gave inspiration to you. Even when you see the words in that verses, that also give motivation to you. You inspire your audience by providing your own life experience. That is a positive remark I would like to give you. From the main body to the conclusion, it was a very smooth transition was there, like from the main body to the conclusion, and it was a powerful conclusion you did. And again, the quote you repeated, and you prove that actually your eye contact, body language was perfectly okay to prove that you are confident enough about the topic you choose to motivate the audience. Before concluding, a few areas needs improvement. A few humble suggestions I can suggest you, the first suggestion is while delivering a speech, your voice modulation time, some of the low notes, it was not audible. So the next time when you try to prepare the speech, practice it properly. The low pitch when you are going, the voice modulation when you are giving, the low notes were not audible. So please take care about that. And next one, when you explained about the students, your friends in the class, some naughty natures, that time you can fit a smile in your face. Very serious topic and very seriously you delivered. That two recommendations you please keep in your mind, and next speech while preparing, you please keep these all points in your mind. Overall, it was an excellent speech, and waiting to hear more and more champion speeches, more excellent speeches, inspirational speeches from a champion speaker like you, Toastmaster Bala. All the best, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Libby Papasan James, for your insight. Our next evaluator is an instrument engineer, a leader, an erudite Toastmaster, founder director of Mind Academy, sponsor of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club, past president of Periyar Toastmasters Club, past president of AMS, a certified NLP practitioner, and certified life coach. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please put your hands together to welcome DTM Murali Krishnan to evaluate the Level 5 Project 2 speech of Toastmaster Irshad. Over to you, DTM Murali Krishnan.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for those very inspiring words. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad in particular, good evening. Indeed, 1 minute of planning can save 10 minutes in execution. With that statement, he hooked all of us to his speech, and there itself he stand to confirm that how important planning is for executing or implementing a particular program in a grand style. And he had a lot of quotes after that. Failing to plan is planning to fail, and things like that, re-emphasizing the point that he wanted to bring. And in his speech, what I liked most is, even though he was planning to bring forward how important it is to plan and execute things, he selected an example where the plan went wrong. There was no planning. And there itself, he stated things like communication, the venue was not reserved, the inviting guests were not done proper, and at the end, having a consequence of blaming each other and how that program failed. And that itself put a foundation to enhance, to tell us that how important planning is to execute things and get things done. And then he had a transition implementing or bringing how important Toastmasters International or this program is. And then he took the example of how he conducted the speechcraft. And we all know how magnificently he and his team conducted the speechcraft program, and how splendid those proceedings were. And there again, he brought lots of informative things that we should take care when we go and do planning, like scheduling, the team formation, the teamwork, inviting us, then budgeting, certificate and trophy. So he had a long list of things that we all should be taking care of when executing and implementing such mega programs. Having said so, to spur your speech to the next level or to enhance it to a next level, a couple of recommendations for you. One is like this project that you were delivering here is to help us or help the audience understand the importance of planning, and that too specifically what aspect of planning helped you to do that particular event in a grand style. So if you would have gone to a bit more specifically onto either one or two aspects about how you were able to execute it, this would have enhanced it to a different level. And also towards the end, since you were going through a long list of things that we should be taking care when you do the planning, a recap of those things, at least the major bullet points, if you would have told us this, we all would have taken home in a much more enhanced fashion. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the way you presented your planning process and the comparison between how it went wrong and how how you were able to bring it back. And with that famous quote of Warren Buffett, an idiot with a plan can beat a genius without a plan. That is what I would say. Overall, a great attempt, Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad, and would love to listen to you more in future. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Murali Krishnan, for that valuable feedback. Our table topic speakers evaluator today is a multifaceted personality. He is a Keralite, brought up in Mumbai, current VP Education and past VP Public Relations of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. Worked as an All India training officer with Hindustan Unilever and as a teacher with IAS Jubail, presently dedicated to her family. She is none other than my better half. Let me welcome Toastmaster Meera Nambiar to evaluate the table topic speakers. Over to you, Toastmaster Meera Nambiar.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for that very kind introduction. Good evening, dear Toastmasters and dear guests. Success is an iceberg, says our Toastmaster of the day. This is true in communication, true, as successful and inspiring communicators operate at a deeper level, which makes a difference in any human interaction. Today's TT speakers were at that level. All of them delved deep into the topic and gave us a meaty meal of a table topic session. Congratulations, table topics master, for topics which spurred the speakers to speak well. The first topic, what is success to you, from Toastmaster Beena Modi. Health, wealth, name and fame was a great way to put it, Toastmaster Beena. And the stress on health from you showed how you have sorted out the importance of health in your life. Well spoken, Toastmaster Beena Modi, but you could also work at a good introduction which could take your speech to another level. The second speech, process is more important than the result. Toastmaster Smita talked with a lot of insight, and we could see her thought process in action. It rolled quickly. Again, talking with her heart on the subject, we could see a teacher in action there. Learning is a process. Learning is a process. Enjoy it, she said. Excellent attempt, Toastmaster Smita, and all the best in your future speeches. Failure is a stepping stone to success, true or false. Spoken by our Toastmaster, Shahida Shaheen. Very excellent introduction, Shahida, Toastmaster Shahida. Again, a very sublime thought process. The example of Edison was right on spot. You were doing extremely well, but you rushed to end it. That felt good. And excellent attempt again, and we look forward to hearing more. There are a lot of hands behind one's success. This was a topic taken up by our DTM Murali Krishnan. An excellent put forth speech, good intro, great ending, and just like a mini speech. The speech was put forward with a lot of quotes, starting with together we can achieve a lot and ending with without a team, there is no success. A good learning for our other speakers who are on the spur of learning how to speak in a table topic session. What is the price of being successful in life, from our President Toastmaster Vijita Murli? I really loved the way Toastmaster Vijita connected the speech, the price of being successful, to the title, to the theme of our day, the iceberg. The more you practice, the less you bleed in a war. It was a unique way of putting the price of success as a function of our own karma. Again, a very well articulated speech with a lot of quotes and examples. I really want to thank our table topic master and our dear speakers for a very great session. I love the process and I love the results. All the best. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, for that phenomenal feedback. Now, all the speakers are evaluated. May I request the timer report, please?
Yes, thank you very much. Toastmaster Murali Rao took 3 minutes 3 seconds. Toastmaster Beena Modi took 1 minute 27 seconds. Toastmaster Libby James took 3 minutes 42 seconds. DTM Murali Krishnan took 3 minutes 17 seconds. And Toastmaster Meera Nambiar took 3 minutes 50 seconds. So only two are qualified. Toastmaster Murali Rao and DTM Murali Krishnan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai Kishore, for that report. There are only two Toastmasters are eligible. Means they were people are only qualified. So now, once again, I thank all the evaluators for this feedback. I'm sure that the recommendations will act as a spur to improve our speakers' future deliveries. Let me call now the grammarian and wordmaster of the day, Toastmaster Smita Krishnaswamy, to hear what she has in her report.
Thank you,
Toastmaster Smita Krishnaswamy. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm back with my report. Today's session witnessed some fine language usage from members. Word of the day, spur. I am happy to announce that the word of the day was used 7 times today. Maybe the word was a bit difficult to use, so it was used less, I think. Limited usage. Okay. Speakers who use the word of the day: Toastmaster Vijeta, Toastmaster Bala, DTM Murali, Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, and General Evaluator Ramesh Nambiar. Note on creative use of language. We had a fantastic volley of fantastic vocabulary like heart rage, endure, turbidity, phrases like sky high, tumbled upon, words like splendid, magnificently, and insightful attempt, striking attempt. So indeed, fantastic vocabulary used by all the Toastmasters. There was some incorrect usage of language as well, that we must take note of it. There were few incorrect pronunciations as well. And that's all from my side. Thank you. Over to TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smita Krishnaswamy, for that report. Now it is my turn to evaluate the whole proceedings of today's meeting. The pre-meeting activities, the Toastmaster of the day, speakers and assignees were announced in advance by our VP Education. It is really commendable. Evaluators were identified and communicated for each speaker. Program agenda was prepared and circulated well in advance. Today's session was initiated with the members and guests started gathering around 18:25. Club President Toastmaster Vijita Murali greeted all of them. Call of the order was done precisely at 6:30 by Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Beena Modi. The presiding officer, Club President Toastmaster Vijita Murali, made a vibrant and inspiring start, which helped the participants to keep a high momentum. All the guests were ceremoniously welcomed by the President. The minutes of last meeting was not read out. The President introduced the Toastmaster of the day in a caustic manner. Toastmaster of the day introduced the theme of the day. The theme of the day was very relevant to the current work atmosphere. The assignees were introduced in a systematic and manner. We had our prepared speeches. We had 4 prepared speeches. And the speakers brought a variety of subjects, and all the speeches were entertaining. The table topic session was very lively. Table topics master brought very interesting topics that most of the speakers loved to speak about. Our evaluators did a great job by assessing the speeches, and speakers are speakers as well as providing them with productive and practical suggestions. It was really a 360-degree feedback. I am sure that the speakers shall take a positive note of it and shall improve upon. Our timer did a great job by measuring the time with accuracy and careful warnings and a virtual screen. Vote counter did a commendable job by launching the vote pad. The grammarian and wordmaster put forward an interesting word. Many of the speakers used the word of the day. Overall, the proceeding was as per the agenda, but the time management, we were behind schedule by about 15 minutes. So some of the improvements I have to suggest. One is we have a lot of absenteeism among our members and even some of the assignees in the last moment. The minutes of meeting, as mentioned, it was not presented during the meeting. In fact, in the absence of secretary, another club officer could be delegated. I think vote counter was missed out during the introduction session. We have to make sure that all the assignees are introduced. The time management, as mentioned, we were running 15 minutes behind schedule. We have to concentrate more in time management. Because the evaluation session was about to start at 7:30. So apart from the above suggestions, I thoroughly enjoyed my role as general evaluator today. I would like to express my gratitude for your cooperation and special thanks to EP Education and the President for giving me this opportunity. It is often said that feedback is a gift. However, in my experience, some feedback would be stressful and unwelcome, and some gift too. The key is recognizing all feedback or report as a data. And as you would do with any data, you have to separate the noise from the signal. There can be plenty of noises in your report, but there would be some very valuable signals. The task is to identify and focus on signals without being overwhelmed by the noise. That note, thank you all. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar sir, for the well-conducted evaluation session, and I hope we will improve upon. So I request all my fellow Toastmasters and the distinguished guests to give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar sir and his team of evaluators. So, dear friends, it is time now to know the winner tonight. So may I call upon our vote counter to announce the winner and present the certificates.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Let me take this moment to share the screen. So here we go. As we found during the course of evaluation, as there were only 2 evaluators who were qualified. So congratulations to Toastmaster Murli Rao sir and Murli Krishnan sir, distinguished Toastmaster Murli Krishnan sir, the best evaluators for the evening. Congratulations. And the best table topic speaker for the evening is our Madam President, Toastmaster Vijita Murli ma'am. Congratulations, ma'am. And the best speaker for the evening is again our club president, Madam Vijita Murli ma'am. Congratulations, ma'am. It was a pleasure being the vote counter for the evening. Thanks for the opportunity, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala, for your effort. Congratulations to all the winners for their splendid success. So, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, the stepping into show of Toastmaster of the day was really fantastic experience for me. This was my maiden attempt. This was my first attempt, and I really enjoyed a lot. And I was like everyone, I was nervous as well. So I think it might be an enjoyable session to you too. So here I express my sincere gratitude to our Vice President Education, Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, to having trust upon me and giving me this opportunity. And our Madam President, Toastmaster Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli, she has supported me in terms of the script and any improvements, and she mentored me a lot to perform this evening. So thank you very much, and good night to all of you. And over to you, Madam President Vijita Murli.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Dear audience members, don't you all agree that our Toastmaster of the Day did a splendid job today hosting the educational session for all of us? A round of virtual applause to him and all the assignees and speakers as well for presenting us this memorable educational session. I'm sure that all of us learned something today, be it the theme of the day that he brought in. It has such a lot of depth and a lot of message for all of us. You know, we always take success lightly. You know, we don't think about the hard work and sweat people put in to reach there. So it was an eye-opener and a very inspiring theme of the day. All the assignee speakers did a splendid job. It was an enjoyable session. I must particularly mention people who are debuting for the first time. Our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Chalchar Pandey, who was doing it for the first time, and he did an impeccable job, let me tell you. We had our Toastmaster Beena Modi. She did 2 things today. She was the first time Sergeant at Arms because she's doing it for the first time. She did the splendid job at it. And also in evaluation, she's evaluating for the first time, and it was brilliant, I must say, Toastmaster Beena Modi. You're a champion speaker in the making, and we are yet to uncover or polish a diamond in you for sure. Then we had our Toastmaster Smita Krishnaswamy. She was doing Ramirian Word Master for the first time. Also, TT speaker for the first time in Mind Academy. And we had our TT Master today, Jyoti Bala, Toastmaster Jyoti Bala. She did the job for the first time. She did a splendid job at it. And we had our Toastmaster newly inducted member, Toastmaster Shahida Shah Nawaz, who also debuted today as the TT speaker. It's indeed very encouraging and heartening to see new talent emerge from this club. I'm sure that this is a club of champions. We have so much to look forward to. The sort of energy and enthusiasm each one of you brings to the meeting is just incomparable, I must say. Hats off and kudos to all of you who made this a very memorable session. A memorable session that we'll cherish for a long time. Now, let me take this opportunity to place on record our appreciation to our guest evaluator, Toastmaster Libby Dims. Ma'am, it's been a pleasure having you with us. Please accept this as a token of our appreciation for your time and your effort in coming, helping us out as an evaluator today. It's indeed our pleasure to have you once again amongst us. Indeed, it was a splendid
Thanks
session.
a lot, Toastmaster Vichita,
Thank you,
the
Toastmaster.
President, and all the members of Mind Academy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Indeed, it's been a very wonderful session. Now that we have come to the end of the educational session, let me begin the business session. We have a few announcements to make. So let me invite our VP Education, Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, to announce about our next meeting. Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, it's over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijita. Our next session was actually planned for May 2nd, but since it's a holiday season and many of our members are planned vacations and other stuff, we decided to postpone it to May 9th. Right now, we have around 3 speakers. I would like to extend my invitation to all of you to volunteer as assignees for the sessions. You can do it on our main WhatsApp group, or you could send your preferences to me. Looking forward to another such session. Since we have many new members, I look forward to hearing from you more than anybody else. So let's again have another session that rocks like today. All the best and looking forward to great times. Thank you, and over to you, dear President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, for the updates on our next meeting. I request all of the new members, all of the members, in fact, to please come forward to take up the roles that are up for grabs. Let's make it a memorable meeting for all of us, where we get to learn something, take home a message, And now there is another important message to be conveyed to all of you. Let me invite our VPPR, Toastmaster Jyoti Bala. She has a small message to you regarding our club magazine. As you all know, we are entering into the last phase of the year, the term, and we just have 4 more meetings remaining before we close the term and hand over to the new team. Before that, we want to make this a memorable experience. We are inviting. Let me invite Toastmaster Jyoti Bala. She'll tell you more about the club magazine. And it's thanks to our past VPPR for the excellent magazine she brought out last year. We have so much, we have a benchmark that is set up high and we have to meet it. So let's hear from our VPPR. Toastmaster Jyoti Bala, it's over to you.
Thank you, Madam President. So as you all know that our club magazine is going to come up on, and we'll be releasing it on the 50th meeting of ours. So as we are already in the 45th one, so we have only 4 weeks to go. So I request all our members, guests, everyone to kindly share your articles, write-ups, poems, anything. Okay, it's anything you can contribute for our magazine. Everything will be welcome. So I request everyone to please submit your articles to us. So that would be very helpful. So that's it. Over to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jyoti Bala. I'm sure that all of our creative members will surely contribute to the club magazine Musings of the Mind. So waiting to hear from all of you. Is there anything else to be discussed? I have one announcement regarding the Speechcraft program, which we are going to be launching soon. I and Toastmaster Bala are jointly doing the Speechcraft program, which is going to start on the 22nd of April. All of you are invited. Please do join us to encourage the speech crafters. We may also need a few assignees from all of you. We'll come back to you with the details very soon. And hoping to see all of you contribute and cooperate in the smooth conduct of our Speechcraft program. Apart from that, is there anything else we need to discuss?
Madam President, if I may. Thank you, Madam President, for the opportunity. Good evening once again to all of you. It's my pleasure to announce that Mind Academy is into its 3rd year. So we are planning to have a grand anniversary celebration, probably a month long or maybe like 45 days long anniversary celebration, starting with Gavel Club installation on 27th of April. Then we will be having a specific program for children to help them write a book in 5 days. So that program called Bookomania will be starting from April 29th to May 3rd, which we will have experts who will help children to write a book. And then moving on, we'll have a exciting quiz competition online, and we have named it as Knowledge Plus. That is going to be on June 4th. And finally, wrapping it up with our Foundation Day, where we'll be having a startup pitch. We will be expecting ideas from our next generation, and Mind Academy will be happy to sponsor certain startups which we feel like commercially viable, and we can take it forward. And that will be on June 18. So it's a kind of 40-day long anniversary celebration that we are going to have. We request all your support, and especially for a Gavel Club installation ceremony, which is going to be on April 27th. So requesting all your support, and back to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much, DTM Murli, for reminding us about the anniversary celebrations, anniversary month, in fact. So let's all celebrate 3 years of Mind Academy. It's been quite a journey, I must say. So apart from that, I think we don't have anything else to discuss. With that, I adjourn this meeting. Thank you so much for joining in and making it a memorable meeting.